So, hello all guys. Hope you can see me, you can hear me well. As usually. So to say happy Tuesday. And I have to say that welcome to our IT English Boost again. Today we're having task management and stand-ups. And yeah, before we start, just put some pluses in the chat if you can see me and hear well. If that's better than the previous time, I would really appreciate to get that reactions. So pluses if all good. Okay. I see pluses. And I see some of the people from the previous webinars. Oh, that's so pleasure. That's great. Okay. Let's start with a quick warm-up. So think of the last time you had to give a short update on anything. Maybe that was on the course or on a pet project or in a bootcamp group. And in the chat, type one word that describes how you felt. So that could be literally anything. That could be messy, easy, rushed, confident, happy. Anything. So how did you feel when you were given like a short update on anything? Okay, I still get the pluses. That's good. Oh, like a psychological reflection or something? So was it easy? Was it fun? Was it boring? Was it difficult? How did you feel? Okay. Just plus. Okay. You felt great in this case. I will consider it like this way. Lovely. Okay. So I'm gonna give you like a brief overview what you will pick up in the next 25 minutes. So first of all, today we'll talk about 3 question stand-up formula you can use in the use the very first day you join a team, or like in any case where you need to give a stand-up meeting. Also, some simple English phrases to report the progress, plan, the flag blockers, even if your task is just, a pet project at a GitHub. So anyway, and there's going to be a mini playbook for asking realistic time estimated. So handy for laps, or your first sprint, like anything. And if you have no workplace yet, that will be perfect because you will practice here. So you will be ready when you face your stand-ups first. So I think that we can finally start. Yep. So let's start simple. Have you ever joined a meeting where people briefly say what they are working on? Maybe at your job or during a project or even in a volunteer team, like anything. If yes, that's basically what a stand-up is. So type yes or no in the chat if you have this experience of stand-up meetings. Yes, no, plus, minus. Just want to check what the experienced people we have here. Pluses, good. Great. What about other guys? Have the experience of stand-up meetings? Pluses, great. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Should I explain what the stand-up meeting is? In short, yeah. So what's a stand-up? Actually, it's a short daily team sync. Usually that's in the morning, where every team member just shares what they've done, what they're doing, and they share if there's anything that blocks them from doing their tasks, from completing their tasks. And the goal isn't to give just a full report of everything. It's about visibility. because knowing who's doing what, avoiding this, duplicated work and spotting blockers early, that can be the game changer. And what is the big challenge? Actually, you can see it on the screen. So you got only 30 seconds to explain yourself, like clearly, concisely, and confidently. And even if you haven't joined a real stand-up meetings, though I see here pluses, that's great that you already have the experience. But even if you haven't, this skill will help you on internship, like group projects, your first job, especially in English-speaking team, because that's a bit different. So let's see what those 30 seconds should include. And yeah, here we go. So let's break them down, what you're actually supposed to say during these stand-ups. There are 3 questions. So the first one, what did you do yesterday? So this is about completed work. So, but here, no need to describe how long it took or what challenges you had, just the facts. For example, I finished writing unit tasks for the login module, or I reviewed 2 pull requests, or I, what else can there be? Completed API integration, tested the login page. You can also say I refactored the product detail page, and so on and so forth. If you worked on a bug, you might say fixed a bug where the total price wasn't updated in the chart. That's it. So because it's short, it's focused, and it gives the team a snapshot of the progress, what's going on. The next one, what we have here, what will you do today? So this shows where your attention is going, because it helps the team to stay aligned. Let's put it this word. For example, here you can see it. Work on front-end layout or debug database connection. More ideas. You can say, today, I start implementing the profile setting page, research third-party libraries for charting, or prepare test cases for checkout flow. So you do not have to go into detail, but it should be specific enough that your teammates know what you're focusing on. And are there any blockers? This one, I don't want to say the word important. I would say it's like crucial. This is essential. And unfortunately, that's often skipped by juniors or by people who just start. But your team can help you if they don't know that you're stuck, if they don't know that you're struggling. So if something is blocking you or is blocking your work, you have to say it clearly. Like here, waiting for API documents, or need access to the staging server, or what else can there be? I need some extra clarification from the designer about the mobile layout. So, because this is essential to be my work complete. Or I cannot deploy until DevOps resolve the pipeline issue, unfortunately. And here, you do not have to apologize or feel bad for it. The earlier a blocker is raised, the earlier you speak about this, the earlier it is to fix. So remember, only 30 seconds. So it's not a report, it's not a status call, it's just a quick sync. And a good stand-up update is like a tweet. So it's clear, short, relevant. Even if you never had a stand-up before, even that happens, you can already start practicing the structure when someone asks you, hey, what are you working on? Yeah. So when you're able to answer this question, having this structure of 3 questions, that's perfect. And by the way, we'll do a challenge a bit later to help you try it on, to help you practice. So I suggest us moving on and discuss one more case I prepared for you. So let's take a look at the stand-up update that sounds actually I know it sounds okay, but actually that causes problems. I did some coding yesterday. I will work on it today too. Now, this might be something you'd actually hear in the past, or maybe that you even said something similar, especially if you were just starting out. But let's pause here and ask, what is the sentence really saying? I mean, what is it about? Not much. It's vague, it's general, it doesn't give your team anything they can act on. And I want to show you why. And here's what's missing. So there are 3 key elements. It's not specific enough. Like here, you can see the question, what exactly did you code? Like, was it a bug fix, a new component, a backend function? What was that? How can I guess what you were doing? The next one is clarity. I mean, what part will you work on today? Like, are you continuing the same thing or starting something new? What are you doing? What's your job for today? And the third, transparency. I mean, are you waiting for someone? Or is something blocking you? Any risks ahead? At least anything, because you see, the person says that everything is good, everything is perfect, but I'm not sure that it actually is. So imagine that you are part of a dev team and you hear this update. Can you tell if this person is on track or if they need support? We have no idea at all. And now I want you to compare to this one. Oh yeah, that's much bigger, but still, we'll put it into 30 seconds, believe me. So I completed the user certification login yesterday. Today, I'm working on integrating it with the database. I'm currently waiting for access to the test environment. So see how much more useful that is. So with just a few more words, we get, first of all, a finished piece of work. Like, we have the user author login. Then we have a clear next step, integration. And then we have the blocker waiting for access. And it turns a generic statement that we had here into this mini project update. And it helps everyone else on the team understand that the progress and the potential delays. And here is one more example for you just to think. The first one, still working on the UI. Okay, and what? Thank you for the update. And what did you want to say with it? But if you say, still working on the setting UI, finishing the toggle logic today, have an issue with the model, checking with Alex. Much better, right? So it gives your team the visibility, which helps them to plan their own work or jump into help if you need. So when preparing your stand-up updates, remember this. Don't just say what you did. Say what matters. Because speaking for the sake of speaking, it's not what we actually need to do. So, okay. All right. Let's make your stand-up updates clear, structured, and actually useful. And here, you need to usually cover 3 main things. Again, progress, setting goals, reporting blockers. And for this, I already prepared you some phrases you can use. So instead of just saying, I did some tasks, you might say, I managed to complete. Or I wrapped up the task of something. Or today, I made good progress on something. Yeah, here you can see the example. Wrapped up the task of testing the new user registration flow. I mean, that looks okay. That looks nice. One more example, you can say, I wrapped up the task of testing the new user registration flow. So this gives your team a clear picture of what's done and actually helps build trust in you that you understand what you're doing, right? The next one, talk about your today's priorities. And try using these phrases. I'm planning to work on continue, or my focus today will be on or I'm aiming to finish. I'm aiming is like I'm planning to finish. So you can say like here, I'm aiming to finish the payment gateway integration by the end of the day, or I'm aiming to finish. I'm planning to work on the API integration today too. Why not? That's good. So here it helps your teammates understand what they can expect from you, right? And if they need to sync up with you, actually. Okay. And the last one. Ooh, the blockers. Yeah. So if something is slowing you down, say it with the following phrases like, I'm currently blocked by, or I'm waiting for, I need help with. So, like here, I'm currently blocked by the missing API documentation. Yeah. So this kind of clarity saves the team hours and really, believe me, prevents miscommunication of, this again, duplicate work or misunderstanding of, oh, well, you didn't do this and I wanted you to do this because I had problems with it, but you didn't say about that, right? But what's the point? So think beforehand. Whew, okay, now actually it's your turn. I'm tired of speaking. Yeah, we've already gone over these phrases. I want you to put them into practice. Here is a sample from a front-end developer. Like yesterday, finished the login from UI. Today, working on form validation and responsiveness, and blocker waiting for design confirmation. Sounds clear, and it covers all three parts: what's done, what's planned, and what's in the way. Now, look at the phrases on the left and take 1-2 minutes to write your own updates in the chat. So you can use these information and using these particular phrases to wrap everything up in one place. So please, 1 or 2 minutes, and I will comment on everything I see, especially on Vova's notes that he's taking in the chat. Appreciate it. So guys, 1-2 minutes. Okay, and remember, there are 3 main things that we have to cover. Again, progress, what I've done, today's plan, what I'm doing or planning to do, and blockers, if any. If there are no blockers, just may say about that. Oh, I see here hearts. That's lovely. I want to see your updates. Okay. And also remind you that you don't have to be perfect. Just try. Even writing, I'm learning React and today I want to finish a to-do list app. That also counts. And I still want to comment on anything. So yeah. Hope you're taking your time. Oh my gosh, lovely. Vadim, that's amazing. Let me read it. Let me read it out loud. So, we've completed upgrading the automation script and updated the Confluence page to reflect all the changes. Today we're planning to perform. We're planning to perform a couple of tests with the Fox to make sure everything works as expected. Next step will be pushing the code base to the JIT. Okay, I love it. So first of all, speaking about the structure, again, that looks just amazing. Just as we were speaking about. So it has what I've done, what I'm going to do, and any blockers, if anything, again. So yeah, that counts. Really, the clear progress. Also, I like that you mentioned the collaboration, like mentioning this with the Fox. So that suggests any teamwork and, you know, this coordination, which I think is great for the stand-up context. That's good. Next step. Yeah, this push into the JIT. So yeah, forward thinking. I like that today it's actually the forward thinking highlighting. What we can actually improve? Let me think. Yeah, though I said that actually that was good to say with the Fox, but it's a bit vague because it's unclear whether that means by the QA team, developers, users. So maybe just to clarify the audience, because that might help everyone to follow you. Just, yeah. Oh my gosh, so many answers. Just wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Then, yeah, and the tone actually, that's friendly and casual, which is fine. Yeah, which is really good. So yeah, Vadim, that was great. So, I see from Woa. I'm planning to work on connecting the front end with the backed API for the user profile section. So what we can highlight here, it's first of all clarity, because the goal is stated and this is clear. Also, I like the focus because it's specific, like this one, user profile section. So it's not vague and that's not overly general. I like it. Then I see, Vova, you also said, I'm currently blocked. Here's the blocker first. I got it. I'm currently blocked by course issue when trying to fetch data from the development server. Okay. Again, what I like, first of all, transparency. Remember that, because here we see that actually Vova really clearly communicated the blocker and he named the issue directly, like, it's not just an error. And that really saves time. But maybe what can we improve here? I see that I wrapped up the task of implementing the responsive layout. I also made good progress on integrating the search functionality. Yeah. So you split these updates into two distinct achievements. Makes easy to follow, like it. Wrapped up. You know what I'm talking about? That's a good phrase. You see, good progress sounds a bit vague, I think. Maybe you could specify what's done, what's left, to make it more informative, to make it more valuable. Okay. Yeah, but generally that looks nice. That looks already lovely. Also, one more student, AA, not this one. Today, my main focus will be on optimizing the search algorithm for faster results and handling edge cases. Good. Focus is clear. I see here performance and quality, like edge cases. Good. Maybe, you know what I'm thinking about? Maybe a brief mentioning. Yeah, a brief mentioning of what kind of edge cases you're tackling. That would make it more more insightful for the teams. So what kind of edge cases? Specific. What was the specific? And I think that you could make it slightly more specific or outcome focused. So if paraphrased, you could say, today, my main focus will be on optimizing the search algorithm for faster, let's say, response times. What else can we say? And let's say that covering edge cases like, what can that be? Empty queries and some special characters. So that would be more specific and more valuable, again, for the team or whatever the person you're talking to and delivering this one. And, okay, the last one, it's from Vitaly. I got it. I love the name Vitaly because I am Alina Vitalyevna, so that's great. Today I was given topic for my coursework, so today I'm planning to work on it. Vitaly, that's a lot of today. Today I was, but I need help with, okay, structure, title from a mentor to make a more academic format. Okay, first of all, clearly communicated your plan and your blockers. Amazing. Then you mentioned the need for help. So great. I just want to put a huge bold plus here. And as I mentioned, the sentence repeats today, and that sounds a bit too wordy. So like too much. And make it more academic format sounds also a bit too wordy, and it doesn't sound natural in English. So maybe you could prefer it like more academic or an academic forward format, so it will sound better. So if we paraphrase it, it will sound like today. Okay, recently, I love it. Recently, I was given a topic, my coursework, and you say, I plan to start working on it, but I need help from my mentor with the title and structure to make sure it meets academic standard. So it meets the academic standard. It will sound more, polished and a bit better. Okay, love it. Whew, that was great. Any questions here, guys? Put minuses if there are no questions. So I understand that this is not chat lagging. Maybe anything? If no, it's fine. No, all good. Okay. Lovely. I'm good. Okay. Like this Pharrell Williams song, I feel good. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. 28 minutes. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I lost the track of time. I thought that we were spending like 15 or 20 at least. That's okay. Anyway, so before we wrap up everything, I understand that was super overwhelming in the positive way today. So much new phrases and maybe some info. But I want us to pause for a second. Yeah, today you practiced one of the most useful skills, I would say, in tech communication, like sharing your progress, setting goals, reporting blockers, reporting problems, and so on and so forth. And if some of that felt tricky, that's totally fine, because these things take practice. And you see, the chat in YouTube is not enough practice, yeah? You know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly why we created a special course for TVD and students. Remember, I talked about that in the previous classes. So actually, this course, specially for you, to help you actually use English in real situations, like meetings, stand-ups, task updates, client chats, job interview. Why not? I mean, we're looking for the job. So it's short, it's structured, and it's focused on speaking. and know that you will join a small group where you will work with the coach and you will practice live. So there are not going to be 8 or 10 or 15 people who are grabbing your attention away. No, but it's still better than just watching videos on YouTube. Yeah, there are up to 6 students just. Anyway, so, and here you can choose, because remember, that was one of me who was creating this course. So think about, yeah, okay. The pro plan here, you will have the clear structure. Here are gonna be some practice task, support, I mean, of course, not questionable even, and materials. Again, only there are professionals who took part in creating these materials, because it must be relevant, it must be useful, and it must be not connected to the general English that you can study like just, I don't know, anywhere. That's why we took super great professionals like me and other guys. Thank you for you guys who are watching this, for helping me working on this. You're amazing, and created that. And if we're speaking about the premium plan, so everything from the pro plus weekly speaking clubs and a bonus business English module. The best part here, you still have your ITVD and discount, and you can try actually the first live lesson for free. I mean, the trial lesson, why not trying, of course. And our support team will share the link in our Telegram chat with you after the session. So keep an eye on that. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's practice, today's session, and want to speak more confidently, I mean, this is just the next step. So, some practice, some ideas, right. And to wrap up, remember this phrase, to wrap up, I want to say thank you for being super productive and giving me those, oh my gosh, so great answers so I could comment on them. Amazing. And tell me whether you have any questions to me or any comments, anything you'd like me to answer to. I will take, like 10, 15 seconds so you can think of it. I only saw from Serhi Mina, so he didn't have any questions. Nothing. I don't know, maybe the chat is lagging. So put a minus if you do not have any questions or comments to me. Maybe my internet is lagging. No, it shouldn't be. Looking for learning English. Oh, that's great. Hey, you also don't have questions. Great. Not yet. Oh, I'm waiting for the next session. So guys, that was a pleasure, and see you in the next session on Thursday. So see you soon, and bye all. See you.